must have been saying something I wasn't supposed to say, honey. That video was like, but I'm back. No distractions. You know how I feel about that. I was getting down, honey. I was talking good. Well, you just gonna have to go to the first one because I'm gonna title this "False Power versus Spirit" Part 2. But yeah. So that false power is just it make them go crazy. They have to start a movement. They have to start you know, start, killing off people. They got to start making noise with that false power. That's why they in the news right now talking about somebody else's body, somebody else about abortion. Wait, you started abortion because you didn't want, you started Planned Parenthood because you didn't want, you know, black people to have babies. Where they would sneak their daughters off so they wouldn't have to stick a hanger to get rid of this black baby. Yeah. Now the number is too high for these little white girls going in there laying down on that abortion table because black people is a very small percentage. They even started a Negro project where they hired black doctors and black nurses to promote black people coming there because it was rumored to be a racist, entity. It was funded by the KKK, Planned Parenthood. Now, Becky and Jennifer going in there. Now, Becky and Jennifer having mixed babies. Yeah, eugenics. Eugenics is preservation of traits, preservation of blacks. White supremacists got together and said, you're not supposed to have undesirable traits, and how we stop that is, we promote Planned Parenthood, as a false benevolence. We care. You're going to be all right. We're going to help you. Now, which always happens, every time they try something, every time they hide it under a cloak of, like shooting down a black man in front of a store for selling CDs and saying they thought a sandwich was a gun. Now we have video. Yeah. So that's what I mean by false power. When the false power is looking like it's about to be shaken, like over there in Ukraine. Yeah. False power. Big dude think he got the power, and he don't. And I'm just sitting back watching the spirit. It only lasts for so long. It only lasts for so long. And so that's for those of you who don't know, I went through a spiritual awakening. And I started this creating content because I know that there are other people who are as well. And I have tons of friends and they're mostly Christian. Um, and so I realized how spirituality was so close to biblical. I'm like, I gotta go back. I chose not to read the Bible, um, uh, cover to cover. So my alternative was listening to sermons, finding someone that I can listen to and, get the word. And then I realized, okay, they don't talk about that in spirituality. And when I say they don't talk about that, it was things like extra. It was things like fluff. It was things like stuff that didn't have anything to do with anything, and they just like injected it into the sermon. It the word don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like just adding things onto, and I'm like, if this person were to stick to the script and not add all of this other stuff in there, a person can get what the book is talking about. And then I went on to ask myself how, and when I say the book, I mean the Bible. And when I went on to ask myself how or why are my friends and peers and even people that I would just, people would see my presence and be like, do you so nice. Do you have a church home? And I would be like, I get asked it all the time. And I'm just like, I would tell my story. Like, I've been here such and such years. And the first thing somebody will say is, do you have a church home? And I'm like, and without explaining, I haven't been to church. And, not going into my story, I haven't been to church since I was 18. I don't believe in that. Just found out recently that there's a title for that. And I'm like, okay, but I don't need a title. You don't have to call me anything. I don't even want to go with the title I'm spiritual. Like, I have been saying that because I would kind of have to, without saying I'm not Christian, until one day I just blurted it out. And my friend was like, you're not. And I'm like, no. Because I would talk about God a lot. Because I've seen God a lot. Just because I don't go to church doesn't mean that I don't see him showing up, in my life. So I've watched miracles happen, and I can say that now without a doubt. And so, like I said, I went back to just listening, and then I seen all this fluff, and then I was like, the book is already confusing to where you have different variations of it. 3 major different translations, and so it's like it's already confusing enough, and then now you're adding fluff, now you're adding extra. And I said, that's it. It's a distraction, but we've been distracted the whole time. That, and like I said, some people don't know what they're doing when they do that, but you're creating a false light. What I mean by false light is, oh, that was good. What I mean by false light is you're creating this light when there is a real genuine light. There is really God, source, spirit. And I am walking further away from the name God. So the title God, name God, whatever. I'm walking further and further away. So you'll hear me say things like source, force, divine, because they've made this so small now it's trap God, rap God, game God. It's just everything is a God now, and I'm just like I'm trying to take myself, because as I said, as I'm speaking to you, I'm teaching myself as well. I'm still learning myself. Saying that you went through a spiritual awakening means absolutely nothing unless you apply it to your life. And so that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. That's why I got up here, is to explain to you what I've discovered, and hopefully it helps you along your way if you're in that boat. You know, what I really, I'm like, I want to free my people, because there are so many people that are, they are upright, they are righteous, they are standing, they are good people, and they're still stuck in this book. And I'm like, the book is so much bigger than that. Just Google the lost books. Google the Gospel of Thomas. Google what's not in the book, what was edited out of the book. Well, that's the thing. But then I also ask the question, and I say, how can a book that is so whimsical and so fantastical make you not realize what's happening? That's what I'm saying, is like, how can a book have this many whimsical stories in it, and you not realize it's something in here that's truth? But look at all these pages. The pages are it's so many pages, they make them paper thin. So, because if this book had real book pages in it, it would be double the size, triple the size even. So that's what I'm trying to say, is understand this is a book written by people, for people, given to people, that talks about a power, talks about a spirit that's so strong, that's unexplainable. Don't get it twisted. There is a power that nobody ever seen. That's the stinger to the story, is nobody in this book ever seen it. You're not ever going to see it until you tap into it. They started this country on false power. They knew about the power, but got ahead of it and said, we know about this power, so we're going to guide people, because we still got to teach this book, because we want our people to know this book. But we gonna have a great advantage because we got the money, and the money is the false power. And then when they feel like that power is being tested or is being dismantled, they cause a ruckus. Just like over there, that war. False power. You know how big that one place is that's going after that other place? Yeah, I'm Googling it now. I had the number, but you know how big it is? And they're going after these little people. They have 11 time zones. The United States has 3. They have 11 time zones. And they're going after these people. Power. False power. When you have false power, you start wars. When you have false power, you shoot people when you see that they are slowly but surely becoming equal. When you have false power, you will stand on a man's neck knowing that you're on camera. That was a statement to be made. That was a statement. When Barack Obama won the first time, that showed unity. And so for the next 4 years, once he won the second time, it was before the election, it was almost like a secret society. Let's go take some out for the cause. Let them know they're not united. That's how I feel. When they lose power, it's the type of thing they do. But you cannot stop the spirit. Cannot. That's why in my first video I said pick a side. Pick a side. Because people that's playing in the middle, I feel sorry. The world is being shaken right now. This is the time where doors are being opened right now. The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the just. That's why I speak. I'm here talking about spirituality, but I'm telling you and showing you powerful passages in this book that ain't had nothing to do with what them people told y'all. Because God been showing up for me while this thing been thanging, okay? While I was out in the street clubbing, kicking and hanging. While it's Wednesday, karaoke Thursday, bowling on Friday, kickback on Saturday and Sunday. Saved. Life saved. Several times. While I was none the wiser, I just knew. I believed in a power. I called to God for a long time, still do occasionally. The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the just. I implore you, I beg of you to tap into the power, to call in the power. When it seems tough, throw your hands up. Hey, look here, man. I ain't got it. Hey, look here. I have no more human strength to deal with this. And that's the thing. I had always used these words throughout my life. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And they attacking me in the workplace. Got terminated one time before. And they had to hire me back. They tortured me over here in this apartment complex. Took me to court and everything. Money paid up. Just gonna use your power. Thought that I was a fool and I didn't know no better. Oh, I got an attorney too. What's up? What's poppin'? The knowledge. It was 3 other people in that court. Same thing, same ordeal, same complex that lost their case. The power. as I was going to show you how the power notices and recognizes you, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to the courthouse, driving down a winding road. A flock of birds flew over my car. Now we winding. We're going like this. Flew over my car into the parking lot. And when I parked, they flew off. Turn with me. The power. I can't explain it. Scared the shit out of me. There is a power that I implore the just. You know you not out there messing over nobody. You ain't hurt nobody. You ain't did nothing. The door is open. The door is open. Stop listening to what these people telling you. Research. Look into it. You don't believe me about meditation? Research. Try it. Do it before you clock in. Before you get out your car, instead of your face being down in your phone, take 1 minute and say, I'm going to shut my mind off. And keep doing it every day until you get up to 2 minutes. Meditate. Tap into the power. I was talking to my buddy yesterday and I told her, I said, we so busy. We're so busy. I understand why people are afraid to tap into it. I get it. That's why you will believe a book so whimsical with so many stories that kind of don't make no sense, because you felt the power somewhere. You felt it. You see it too. Now tap into it. Lean into it. Put your hands up. Just say that. This book tell you can call in your angels. That's my, I ain't gonna say next video, but I'm definitely gonna talk about that. This book tells you. It tells you. And what we do. I know because I did it. Say these scriptures habitually and don't even realize you are invoking the spirit by saying it. Yeah. That's my favorite one now, the wealth of the wicked. My favorite one years ago was no weapon formed against me. And now every tongue that rise up against me in judgment will be condemned. Yeah. Do it. Try it if you want to. Try it if you want to. Because I'm telling my people, my good people. Because you think you're going to use this power and you ain't using it right, or you ain't doing it right, or you think you're going to go out there and do anything you want to do. That's limited. That's limited. And I ain't talking about no fornicating and going out and all that. You can do all that. You can't mess over people, though. Can't mess over people. You can't. You just can't. Every time this book talked about church, they was talking about people. They was not talking about no building. So take one Sunday and watch the game. Yeah. Now, I'm going to get out of here. I'll be acting so sweet. That's so cute. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You, yeah, you.